The wee hours of June 7, 1995. Detective Bill Lindsay meticulously records a terrible scene. The lifeless bodies of Mary Phillips and her young daughter Lacy. Something chilling occurs when he uses his camera to document the disaster. Mary's presumed deceased daughter, Lacy, awakens unexpectedly. Her blood-splattered eyes bolt open as the camera flashes. It's a moment that defies explanation and foreshadows an unrivaled mystery. Welcome to Eye for an Eye, where mysteries meet their match. Buckle up, because today's tale will send shivers down your spine and set your mind racing. Let's dive in. Desperate hours. The disappearance of Mary and Lacey Phillips. It was a typical summer day in Bald Knob, Arkansas, as the Phillips family went about their daily routines. Mary, a devoted mother, spent her days working at the local county tax office, while her husband James cared for their children. Lacy, the youngest of the siblings, eagerly anticipated her dentist appointment scheduled for 4 p.m. As the afternoon wore on, Lacy's older sister Darla took charge of watching over her while their mother worked. At 4 p.m, Darla dutifully dropped Lacy off at their mum's workplace, exchanging light-hearted goodbyes as they parted ways.
I walked inside the office and we were talking, laughing, no big deal. And my mom went to, kiss me goodbye, tell me I love you.
But as the hours stretched on and Mary failed to return home, concern began to gnaw at the hearts of the Phillips family. With each passing moment, worry morphed into panic. James and Lacy's older brother Jesse waited anxiously at home, scanning the horizon for any sign of their missing loved ones. When the sun dipped below the horizon and darkness descended upon Bald Knob, the family's apprehension reached a fever pitch. Finally, unable to bear the uncertainty any longer, James made the gut-wrenching decision to contact the authorities. His voice trembled as he relayed the details of Mary and Lacy's disappearance to the police dispatcher, desperation seeping through every word. A shocking discovery. Racing against time, the deputy sheriff arrives at the deserted tax office, his heart pounding with a mix of trepidation and urgency. The lone pickup truck parked nearby confirms his worst fears. This was Mary Phillips' vehicle, adding a chilling layer to the eerie scene before him. With cautious steps, he approaches the unlocked door, his flashlight cutting through the darkness like a beacon of hope. What he finds inside will haunt him forever. Strewn across the floor lies the lifeless body of a young woman, her hands bound behind her back, a silent witness to the horrors that unfolded within these walls. Despite years of experience, the officer struggles to comprehend the brutality of the scene before him. But his attention is quickly drawn to a trail of blood leading to a closed door, hinting at the possibility of another victim. With bated breath, he pushes it open, revealing a small bathroom shrouded in darkness. There, in the dim light, he sees her, Lacey Phillips, bound to a chair, her small frame battered and bloodied, but miraculously alive. It's a moment of disbelief, a glimmer of hope amid darkness. With trembling hands, the officer rushes to her side, his voice a soothing reassurance in the chaos. As the ambulance races to the scene, Lacy is whisked away to the hospital, her fragile state a grim reminder of the brutality that had befallen her. Meanwhile, her father James grapples with the harsh reality of the situation. His world is shattered in an instant. Laceys Testimony unveiled. On June 7th, a pivotal moment unfolded within the sterile confines of the hospital room where Lacy lay, her young frame a testament to resilience in the face of unspeakable terror. With unwavering determination, Lacy began to recount the horrors of June 6th, her voice trembling yet resolute as she unraveled the tapestry of events that had forever altered the course of her life. June 6th, around 4 p.m., found Lacy accompanying her mother to the local county tax office, where Mary, her mother, diligently completed her day's work before their scheduled dentist appointment. Their routine afternoon was abruptly disrupted by the sudden intrusion of a man into the office. Initially assuming him to be another customer, their unease grew as they observed his ominous demeanor, latex gloves, a coil of wire, and a menacing pistol. Fear tightened its grip as the man brandished his weapon, announcing a robbery. Mary, instinctively protective of her daughter, moved to shield Lacy, only to be subdued and bound by the assailant. With cruel intent, he forced Lacy into a chair in the bathroom, and her pleas for her mother's safety met with chilling indifference. The sharp blow of the gun's butt against her head plunged Lacy into darkness, leaving her vulnerable and alone. Regaining consciousness amidst the horror of her surroundings, Lacy found herself ensnared in a nightmare of blood and bondage. Desperation echoed through the silence as she cried out for her mother, only to be met by the reappearance of her assailant, his fury palpable. With callous disregard for her humanity, he tightened his grip on her neck, leaving her to grapple with the suffocating darkness of her captivity. As hours stretched into agonizing eternity, Lacy's only lifeline emerged in the form of a faint clicking noise. The sound of salvation drew near. Capturing the truth, the arrest and confession of Jack Jones.
He had a teardrop tattoo on his face that I will always remember.
The authorities approached the suspect, Jack Jones, with caution, pondering the best strategy to coax out the truth. Surprisingly, Jones cooperates openly, divulging every detail of his heinous acts against Mary and Lacy. Jones admits to randomly targeting Mary at her workplace, motivated by a twisted desire for revenge stemming from his wife's alleged assault. He recounts with disturbing clarity how he brutally murdered Mary, using a cord from a coffee pot to strangle her, and justifying his actions with his own perceived grievances. Despite his claims, police find no evidence to substantiate his wife's assault. Following Jones's confession and Lacy's brave testimony, authorities swiftly arrest him on charges of rape and murder. The judge handed down a sentence for Mary's murder, death by lethal injection. In addition to this, Jack Jones was sentenced to life in prison for rape, along with an additional 30 years and a $15,000 fine for the attempted murder of Lacy. While awaiting his execution on death row, Jones made shocking confessions. He admitted to the murder of 32-year-old Lorraine Barrett, whom he assaulted and strangled to death in 1991. Furthermore, in a later correspondence to his sister, Jones disclosed his involvement in the murder of 20-year-old Regina Harrison back in 1983, when he was just a teenager. These revelations painted a chilling picture of Jones's extensive history of violence and underscored the urgency of ensuring he faced the full consequences of his actions. Thank you for joining me on this exhilarating journey through the twists and turns of the Lacey Phillips Seal case. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more updates on this and other intriguing mysteries. Until next time, stay curious.